Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Since it is my day off, it's time for everything to go nuts. We have an economy update, we have a devlog, then we also have Russian VK memeing. So let's go over the memeing, because memeing is always fun, enjoy it quite a lot. So, what did Russian VK do today? Well, if you don't know, VK is kind of like the Russian Facebook. War Thunder is pretty big on it. They recently just had a decal put in because they hit over a certain amount of members. By the way, there's a new a stream decal little pack thing with some pretty cool stuff in it, just to let you know. So make sure to go pick that up. I'll leave a link in the description if I remember. But basically, the post from War Thunder VK is talking about a technique that they use to hide something from a picture. And you can see it here. And this post was deleted. And I'm guessing it was deleted because it basically just nicked a picture straight from somebody else. And also used a user model which is, publicly available, made by somebody else that I'll leave in the good old description. But what the picture is of is a BTR-80. So look forward to millions of videos coming out, basically talking about how the BTR-80 is coming, it's confirmed by War Thunder VK and blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, what this is it's just a photo which they've generally just removed the vehicle from. It's as simple as that, it's nothing too crazy. Will the BTR-80 come in the future? Yes, of course it will. What form will it come in? Who knows? Everything is possible when it comes to War Thunder. The BTR-80, of course, is the 8x8 vehicle from the USSR. It's the amphibious little thing and has access to some weird and wonky variants, which is why it's a little bit more interesting. The standard BTR-80 has access to a 30mm 2A72 and the 14.5 good old millimeter. This one here, I believe, has the 30mm, but it's not in any condition to actually be added to War Thunder, because the turret just looks completely wrong on it, like somebody's just popped something on top of it. But yeah, the BTR-80 series is one of those which is just kind of surprising we haven't seen yet. It's a really nice vehicle which has so many different kind of, I suppose, versions that we'll eventually see in the game. But this post from Russian VK is what doesn't seem to really mean anything. But it was posted yesterday, and there was a bunch of comments on it about what is this thing, but then they deleted it because I'm pretty sure that people took it wrongly as always. And it's a way of generating a little bit of hype. It's a way of basically generating, ooh, is this going to come? Ooh, what we're going to see? And obviously with devlog season here, with sale season here, with new event season here, with Victory Day coming up as well, there's always the possibility that these things can happen. But at the same time, like, it's just... as we talked about the other day, every scrap of news now has to be like made into this like huge general thing, even when what it is it's just a way of garnering attention. Like, one of the things that the guys who run the social media platforms, especially for War Thunder, are designed to do is to garner your attention. It's all marketing, right? It's all designed for you to have a look at what's going on in those areas. So if they post stuff which, to be honest, can be completely wrong and completely against things, it doesn't really matter as long as it gets people talking about it. The whole idea of there's no bad publicity, and sometimes people intentionally get stuff wrong when it comes to posts to be able to drive engagement. So you get a bunch of comments on it which are like, actually no, it's this, 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 and this, and then it boosts the algorithm because more people are chatting about it, and then they go from there. There was a series on the War Thunder channel which was like a tank versus series, and it was completely awful. It made absolutely no sense, and it was just designed in a way to once again just farm attention from the general viewer, because it was pitting two vehicles against each other, which technically shouldn't have been put against each other, and then giving you some very raw information about them, even getting it wrong in certain aspects. Like it said, one of the Chinese vehicles, it's pointed to basically the wind. I can't remember what it is, but a lot of modern MBTs have these like poles on the back of them, and it's a part of the FCS to be able to work out how like harsh like the weather is in the form of like wind or other things, and then so it can use that and calculate where it needs to shoot the round so it can adjust for it, right? Like that's the whole idea. It pointed to it and it said it was the laser rangefinder on the vehicle, which doesn't make any sense. But then what they also do or did in that series is they would just make up storylines about how these vehicles would interact when it comes to the game or when it comes to certain situations, and then they would arbitrarily say which one won and which one lost, and it was just completely useless. It just didn't make any sense, and it was just there to garner attention, while this truck has decided to be an absolute pillock right now. So I hope you enjoy the truck. We can go along with it because this video is already pretty much done. But yeah. How about you enjoy what I hear every morning living in this area right now, which is absolute mess. Do you know that in my area there is 6 to 7 different garbage truck companies that are competing for governmental contracts to be able to take out garbage, which means that around me there is 5 separate roads, and each of them have 3 separate garbage trucks that come down every day because you have the 3 separate sets of garbage. That's my life right now, okay? I am living in truck hell at the moment because there is just so much competition going on. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. But yeah, generally social media is what happened maybe 5 to 10 years ago is people realized that they can just lie on the internet, and lying on the internet had no consequences, especially if you're a large brand, because people would forget about it in the split of a second. There's hardly anybody who has actually lost traction because of stuff like that in the past. And also what has also happened is the people who usually care about the lies or care about stuff like that are people who don't actually go into the content or don't actually go and watch the content anyway. So people like that don't matter. And what actually matters is just pushing forward whatever messages to garner attention, especially if you're a company, and especially if, you want to kind of straddle the line between haha we're funny and haha pay us money. So this is just another example of that, as all of these are. Like, it's I don't know how else to put it. We talked about it a few days ago. I'll keep bringing it up every time it happens. But yeah, I suppose this gives an opportunity to talk about a vehicle that will eventually come. It just depends when. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Millie Draper, Juan the Panda, Nick R. Kupila, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie B. Young, Peter Grayling, Jerry Provolt, Bareen, Alan Hacker, Sem Arslan, Uncle Bean, Derek R., and Lafouche for supporting the channel.